Listen up, because what I'm about to share with you could save you years of heartbreak and wasted energy. Too many good men are getting blindsided by women who were never truly committed to them in the first place. Today we're diving deep into the warning signs that separate women who will stand by you from those who will inevitably let you down. By the time we're done here, you'll have the tools to spot these red flags early and protect yourself before you're in too deep. And trust me, that last warning sign I'll share is the one that hits hardest but matters most. Before we jump in, hit that like button if you're ready for some real talk about relationships. This isn't about bashing anyone, it's about helping you make smarter choices and find someone who truly values what you bring to the table. First up, let's talk about the woman whose love comes with a price tag. You know the type. Please, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button. Everything revolves around what you can buy, where you can take her, and how much you're willing to spend. At first, it feels good. She lights up when you surprise her with gifts. She's all smiles when you treat her to expensive dinners. But pay close attention to what happens when the spending stops. Notice how her enthusiasm drops when you suggest a quiet night in instead of an expensive night out.
Here's the reality check.
If someone's affection for you rises and falls with your bank account, you're not in a relationship, you're in a transaction.
The moment sommeone with deeper pocket comme salon, her loyalty will follow the money.
You can't purchase genuine commitment, and trying to do so will only drain your resources while leaving you emotionally empty. Next, we need to discuss the woman who keeps her options perpetually open. Picture the scenario: you've been seeing each other for weeks or even months, things seem to be going well, but she's still actively using dating apps. When you bring it up, she brushes it off as harmless fun or claims she barely uses them anymore. Here's what this behavior really means. Someone who's genuinely excited about building something with you doesn't need to keep browsing for alternatives. If she's still swiping, she's still shopping. And if she's still shopping, you were never her first choice to begin with. Don't let yourself become comfortable with being someone's backup option while they continue searching for what they think might be an upgrade. The third warning sign is excessive secrecy around communication. This woman treats her phone like it contains state secrets. The screen is always face down, notifications are silenced, and she guards it more carefully than her wallet. When you ask about who's texting her, you get vague responses and accusations of being paranoid. She quickly switches apps when you walk into the room and seems more engaged with her screen than with you. Healthy relationships don't require this level of digital privacy. When someone can't be transparent about who they're communicating with, it's usually because those conversations would make you uncomfortable.
Trust your instinct when something feels off.
Your gut reaction exists for a reason, and ignoring it rarely ends well. Fourth on our list is the woman who maintains close connections with former romantic partners. She insists they're just friends now and that you have nothing to worry about. But think about this logically. If she truly respected your relationship, she would create appropriate boundaries with her past. When someone keeps their ex emotionally accessible, they're essentially keeping a backup plan active. Every time she reaches out to catch up with him or shares personal details about your relationship problems, she's reinforcing those old emotional connections. If someone is still looking backward, they're not fully committed to moving forward with you. Here's another major red flag that often gets overlooked.
The woman who keeps your relationship hidden from the world.
You've been together for months, but her friends don't know you exist, her family hasn't heard about you, and on social media, she appears completely single. Ask yourself why someone would want to hide a relationship they're proud of. The answer is usually that they want to maintain the appearance of availability. If she's not willing to publicly acknowledge your relationship, it's probably because she doesn't want to close any doors that might lead to other opportunities. When someone values you, they want to show you off, not keep you in the shadows. Let's talk about the woman whose social circle consists entirely of male friends. While it's possible to have platonic friendships with the opposite gender, be cautious when literally every close friend is a man. Despite what she might tell you about them being like brothers to her, most of these guys aren't sticking around for purely platonic reasons. They're often waiting for their moment, hoping for relationship problems that might give them an opening. The more she entertains these friendships and maintains those emotional connections, the blurrier the boundaries become. If you're dating someone who's constantly surrounded by men who have romantic interest in her, you're not dating in peace, you're dating in competition. Now we come to a difficult topic that many people prefer to avoid discussing. A woman's romantic history matters more than modern dating culture wants to admit. Someone who has been extremely casual with intimacy in the past has often trained themselves to detach emotionally. Each casual encounter teaches them how to disconnect and move on quickly. This doesn't mean they're bad people, but it does mean they may struggle with the deep emotional bonding that sustaining long-term commitment requires. If someone has consistently treated intimacy as meaningless, they're likely to continue that pattern. You can't single-handedly reprogram someone's approach to relationships, no matter how much you care about them. Finally, we reach the most painful truth of all.
The woman who simply doesn't love you.
She might enjoy your company, appreciate your generosity, and find comfort in the stability you provide, but she doesn't actually love you as a person.
Without genuine love, there's no deep respect.
Without respect, boundaries become suggestions rather than rules. When someone isn't emotionally invested in you, they aren't morally committed to protecting your relationship either. They'll keep doors cracked open for other possibilities, because they're still seeking the emotional connection they don't feel with you. While you're busy trying to prove your worth, they're exploring other options because the foundation was never solid to begin with. This shows up as keeping conversations with other men active, responding to messages from admirers when they're bored, and maintaining a general openness to alternative possibilities. It's not that infidelity just happens in these situations. It builds gradually through small compromises and boundary violations until the line is finally crossed completely. The key to protecting yourself is learning to recognize when someone chooses you clearly versus when they're just settling for what's convenient. Real love doesn't need escape routes, secret communications, or complicated explanations. It chooses you openly and protects what you've built together. Understanding these patterns isn't about developing negative attitudes toward women or relationships in general. It's about developing the wisdom to recognize incompatible behavior early so you can invest your time and energy with someone who truly values what you offer. The wrong person can cost you years of your life and damage your confidence, while the right person will enhance everything about your journey. Stop making excuses for behavior that makes you uncomfortable. Stop trying to convince someone to choose you who clearly hasn't made that choice. Protect your peace, focus on your goals, and wait for someone who doesn't make you question their commitment. The right person won't leave you guessing about where you stand or fighting to maintain their interest. If any of this resonated with you, it's probably because part of you already recognized these patterns. Trust those instincts and have the courage to act on what you know to be true.